This episode is brought to you by FairDesk, a crypto derivatives trading platform founded by 6 former Binance execs and 3 former Morgan Stanley architects. FairDesk is a company focused on building a platform that enables traders to profit from both rising and falling markets. Sign up today and CB will credit you up to $600 in trading funds. For more information, visit fairdesk.com, link in the description below.
This my 2 Satoshis, this my 2 Satoshis, who need 2 cents when they can get double from stacking Toshis. Yeah, this my 2 Satoshis, this my 2 Satoshis. Tune in and get the latest and greatest from stacking Toshis. This my 2 Satoshis, this my 2 Satoshis, who need 2 cents when they can get double from stacking Toshis. Yeah, this my 2 Satoshis, this my 2 Satoshis. Tune in and get the latest and greatest from stacking Toshis. Yeah, that's where you need to get the real news at. Stop messing with them lames out there. CBTV. Let me out of here. Pop.
Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks. We'll do it live.
Okay. Yes, indeed. It is Monday, and welcome to another episode of My 2 Satoshis with yours truly, Crypto Blood. Round of applause for everybody that's joining in today on this episode. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm surely doing well. I'm cold. It's cold in the D. It's cold in the D again, ladies and gents. 50 degrees in, what are we in? April? Middle of April. 50 degrees. We had a great weekend. It was 80 degrees all weekend. Last week, 80s and sunny. And look at where we are today. Guess God had to cool off this weather because we had a lot of buffoonery going on over the weekend here in Detroit, Chicago, all around, man. I mean, I swear, when it gets hot outside, black folk just know how to act ignorant. I'm just going to take a shot for that one. But in today's episode, guys, we're going to take a look at 4 dates you need to be aware of. These dates, to me, even before these dates hit, there are some other things, some headwinds that we need to go through. And I'm just warning you so that you're prepared and your portfolio is prepared to capitalize off of these moves. I think that having some dry powder is probably the best move you can make to accumulate more tokens. It's all about getting more Satoshis, and if you don't have any dry powder, you can't do that. So we'll take a look at these 4 dates. Again, I think there are some things that may happen even before these 4 dates, but specifically these 4 dates you need to look out for and mark them on your calendar as potential moves in the markets for crypto, specifically Bitcoin. But hey, we know Bitcoin leads the way in most cases. Of course, there are situations as we've seen with Ethereum and the upgrade. Ethereum did jump ahead of and get in front of its skis, if you want to say, but I think you're going to see that pull back here in the next coming weeks. We talked about that on the Off the Chain episode. If you guys missed it, go check it out. Great episode. Had my usual guest Chris Rice on with me, but we had a guy that I haven't had on in a while, Mike Wilson, also known as Life Size Box from Vegas. Great conversation. We talked about a lot of things, so go check out episode 98 when you guys have a chance. Again, today I need you to do one thing and one thing only. If you don't do anything else, I need you to jump on that stage, guys, and smack that like booty for me right now, off the stage, off the screen. Need your help. Hit that like booty. Smack it 3 times, please. All the people that's watching right now, it is only because of you that more people are able to see this video. So if you thumbs up, interact in the chat room, leave a comment in the video below, and also share, that is the way we get more views for CBTV. We got to force that algo to know that, hey, Crypto Blood is dropping some alpha right now, so we need all hands on deck. And as you guys saw with the 30-second drop at the beginning of this video, FairDesk, that is my partner for trading cryptocurrencies. Man, great partner. Been doing some business with them for over a year now. FairDesk and Bloodlytics kind of teamed up here with a nice promo reward for your deposit of up to $35,000. And I'll zoom in so you guys can see this, but if you deposit at least $2,000, you get $100 in trading bonuses, and those bonuses go toward your trading fees and any of your losses. I think about 60 or 70% of your losses are covered by your bonus. So if you lost, let's say $100 on one trade, you wouldn't lose all that $100 from your principal. You would only lose about $40. So $60 of that loss was used by your deposit bonus. So that's kind of how it works. And again, it goes towards your trading fees as well. If you deposit $50K, you get a $2,000 deposit reward. And it goes all the way up to $35,000 in deposit rewards if you deposit at least $250,000 into your FairDesk account. Link is in the description below, so make sure you guys go check that out. And if you want to take it a step further, you can join us over in the Bloodlytics game, where you essentially have me trade for you the signals that I've developed for both Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Binance. Highly accurate and outperforming buy and hold. So check us out. Link in the description for that as well. And if you want to save 50% off, you can do that by signing up with FairDesk, depositing at least $1,000 into your account, and then sending me your UID number, and I will generate a 50% off promo code for you. That is valid for 6-month and 12-month subscriptions. So check it out. Link in the description below. I would also like for you to rumble with me in the jungle over at rumble.com. I'll drop a link to that in the chat room right now. But we have 147 followers right now. We need more. So definitely, if you haven't yet signed up for Rumble, please do that. And you can see all my uncensored and censored content, if you want to say it, from YouTube. But definitely a platform to know about and have at least in your arsenal, just in case one day YouTube wants to do a little machine gun Kelly on CB and you can't find me. Well, you can always find me there on rumble.com. So please go check me out there. I am most active on Twitter. That's right. Go follow me on Twitter at CryptoBlood_. Trying to get that follower count up to about 11,000. We're at 10.7 right now. A little slow grind, but hey, I appreciate all of you. Again, this is where I'm most active. So if you want to touch bases with me, this is where you do it. All right. CryptoBlood_. If we take a look at the market cap today, we are at $1.25 trillion market cap, off 300 million from a few days ago. Slight downturn in Bitcoin. Ethereum is losing a little bit of steam. Binance down as well, 2.1%. But overall, if you look at the 7-day percentage move, we're still in the green for most of these cryptos. It's no reason why Solana is up 21%. Okay, this is why I know we're still in a bear market. We haven't washed out all of the nonsense yet. All right, so hey, if you're trading it, kudos to you. But if you're investing in it, get the hell out. Okay, this is your opportunity to get out of Dodge with Solana. It is, in my opinion, the Windows 95 of blockchains. So take it or leave it, but hey, I would definitely leave it. Ethereum doing well, 12% up in the last 7 days. Binance 8%, but Bitcoin is underperforming. And again, this is a rare case where you see Bitcoin underperforming. And not leading the way. You normally have Bitcoin lead the way, then you have the altcoin come in after. Bitcoin's dominance is at 45.5%, which is pretty nice. Ethereum's dominance is at 19.9%. And we have the crypto fear and greed index at neutral at 69 right now. I think we were higher on that greed factor a few weeks ago. Maybe we're starting to go from overzealous to fearful, right? And then when we get to fear is when you should be buying. At least at a local level, at a local cycle level, fear is where you want to buy. Neutral, I'm neutral myself. If we take a look at, and I've told you guys about this for weeks now, I am neutral for Bitcoin and have been for some time because we have not breached above that trend line that you see, the blue one above the markets right there at $33,700. That is an area I got to watch closely. And the longer we head to the side, the more likely we're going to bounce off of this trend line below the markets at $28,000, or currently is at $27,000 Bitcoin. But I don't see us going up and breaching that trend line above the markets because that's just way too far at this point. We had our chance to do that earlier on, but we never did. Now, time is not on our side. And at this point, I think gravity is going to bring us back down to this trend line, the blue one. And if hopefully we can hold that, even though fundamentally I think we have a lot of headwinds in front of us, and we're going to talk about 4 dates you need to know about in today's episode. But if we don't hold this blue line below the markets, then we head down to $23,000 Bitcoin and that orange line. So you have to take these markets in levels or in steps, and don't get ahead of yourselves. Don't get emotional. I know it's easy to, for sure, and it has been in the last couple of weeks with ETH going crazy, but I am still not convinced. I am currently neutral, and anything below, I would say this, we move back into this red channel here, we get back into there, then I'm starting to slightly shift to bearish again, but I won't go fully bearish until we breach this blue line here at $27,000 Bitcoin in that region. So just keep that in mind. And word of the day is
oracular.
Yes, oracular. Don't know if you guys ever heard that one before. I'm sure you heard the word oracle. Well, it's a derivative of that word there. It basically means resembling an oracle, relating to or being an oracle. You know, Cryptodamus tends to be oracular in his predictions. So, hey, let's see how you can use that word in today's episode. That's my take on it. But let's take a look at Forex Factory, because we did have some economic news come out today that did shock me. Not really, but it didn't move the markets. That's what shocked me. Okay. Empire State Manufacturing Index came in at 10.8. But guess what the forecast was? A negative 17.7. Now you may ask, like, what is this Empire State Manufacturing Index? So it's basically the level or diffusion index based on surveyed manufacturers in New York State. It is a leading indicator on economic health. Businesses react quickly to market conditions, and changes in the sentiment can be an early signal of future economic activity, such as spending, hiring, and investment. So at least in the Empire State, now that doesn't reflect wholly the U.S. economy, but it can give you a glimpse as to some of the major cities and how they're doing. And manufacturers are still bullish, still feeling very good and confident about the markets. So hey, this does not, I don't think the Fed looks specifically at this index number, but it may play into their decision making when it comes to rate hikes. So I'm sorry guys, I'm still seeing rate hikes coming in May. A lot of people thought it was going to be a pause or even a reversal by some people, some analysts. I'm not with it. So this is yet one more number to support another rate hike for the Federal Reserve. Stock market is slightly down from this news. We'll see how it closes later today. VIX is up 1.5% at this point. So we'll see what happens. But what's very interesting is the move in the Dixie. A bounce, strong bounce off of that local low, which was at literally $100 Dixie. If I zoom in, you'll see what I'm talking about here. On the 13th, we touched a low of 184 on the Dixie index. We've seen a strong bounce off of that coming into today's session. So what does this mean for us? Well, if we can clear at least 102.80 in the next day or two, that to me would be basically inverted head and shoulders. So that could be a move to the upside to take out 105 at some point in the next month or two. And if you notice here, the 52-week range is 99.82 all the way up to 114.78. I'm not saying we're getting to 114 anytime soon, but I think this may be building a move for us to take out 105 in the near future. Let's take a look at the first article for today, which is a crypto article. To me, it's crypto political, but U.S. Congressman he has a bill he's going to be introducing to have the SEC boss Gary Gensler removed from his role. Now it says here the Securities and Exchange Commission Chair Gary Gensler, aka Mr. Burns, could be facing unemployment after U.S. Representative Warren Davidson declared he would introduce legislation to fire the SEC boss. Now I'm going to assume this person is a Republican. I don't see a Democrat looking to do this. Okay, they're not crypto friendly. It just is what it is, guys. Sorry to be partisan here, but it just is what it is. That is not a characteristic that I've seen of U.S. politicians on the left side yet. Help me out if I'm wrong. Okay, help me out if I'm wrong. The crypto-friendly congressman announced his intentions to have Gensler removed from his role after the SEC latest announcement about revisiting the proposed redefinition of an exchange. He said, to correct a long series of abuses, I am introducing a legislation that removes the chairman of the SEC in exchange and replaces the role with an executive director that reports to the board where authority resides. Now, this sounds all good. Same thing I heard, coming from the Republicans about eliminating the IRS and all of that. This is why I'm not a fan of Republicans either, because all for show. None of this is ever going to get anywhere. This is just, him pandering to his base, and nothing's going to happen. We know, or at least I know. You let me know in the comments below in the chat room. Do you think Gensler is going to be removed? I personally don't think so. I talked about it on Around the Blockchain Friday. I gave a list of reasons why he would not be removed. He is of the protected class, and there is no reason for him to be removed because he's doing the job that he's supposed to be doing. Like, he's doing what they want him to do, which is suppress cryptos, make it hard for innovation and growth to happen in the United States, make sure that the powers that be are in position to fully take advantage of the crypto boom, the next one that is. So no, I don't think he's doing anything outside of what he should be doing in the eyes of the powers that be. So let me know though what you guys think about this, because I am of the camp that says this is all pandering. Nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to happen to Gensler. I would love to be proven wrong. That's for sure. But at least I did want to let you guys know there is a congressman looking to eliminate my guy, Mr. Burns, aka Gary Gensler. Speaking of the SEC, Bittrex charged with violating federal laws. We knew this was potentially going to happen. There were a lot of rumors about this last week and over the weekend. A few weeks ago, we heard that Bittrex was actually shutting down operations in the United States, which is sad because at one point, I used Bittrex for a slight minute, but at one point, Bittrex was like the top exchange in the United States. Oh, how it was all good just a week ago. Went from top 10 to not mention at all. And so it says here, the SEC has charged crypto exchange Bittrex and its former CEO for numerous federal law violations. According to the latest details from a press release, Bittrex Global and its former CEO were charged by the SEC for operating an unregistered national securities exchange broker and clearing agency. Yikes. The SEC has mentioned in the press release that the exchange has earned at least $1.3 billion from 2017 through 22 in revenues from various things, including transactional fees from investors, including U.S. investors, while servicing them as a broker, exchange, and clearinghouse agency without registering any of these activities with the commission. And that commission is the Steal Every Coin Commission. And listen to what Gary Gensler said in reaction to this decision by the SEC on Bittrex. He says today's actions yet again makes plain that the crypto market suffer from a lack of regulatory compliance, not a lack of regulatory clarity. That is so false. I mean, I can't even believe he just said that. There is not regulatory clarity, in my opinion. Now, I've had one person on who said there is regulatory clarity. It's just that it's too many regulatory guidelines. And that was from Anessa Santos in my last interview with her. She actually says, because she's on top of this, she's a blockchain attorney, okay, and she has her finger on the pulse in regards to regulatory rulings in the crypto space. So I was actually shocked to hear she said that. But yeah, that's where we are, guys. I'm wondering if the previous CEO is going to be in criminal trouble here with this Bittrex situation. Again, I've seen firsthand the SEC lie and put out press releases like this, and it basically it puts you in a position where in the public's eye you've already been found guilty. As much as I rag on Peter Schiff, I listened to his podcast last night and he goes through the whole situation with his bank, and it is insane what they did to him. It is insane what they did to him, guys. I'm gonna have to try to drop a link to that I'm going to timestamp it. Hopefully I can remember to do this after the video, after the stream. But he details for about 20 minutes how unfair and how they framed him when he did nothing wrong. And they admitted he did nothing wrong, but they framed it as though he did something wrong. So it is very possible that Bittrex did nothing wrong here. Every time I see an SEC suit or case, I have to remember that there's very strong possibility that the defendant did not do anything wrong. And we got an SEC trifecta going on here today, ladies and gents. The SEC just drops a bombshell, maybe a reason why we saw a dip in the markets a little bit earlier. But basically, they just named a few more cryptos that are unregistered securities. One being primarily I'm concerned about Algo. Dash. OMG is an old school 2017 altcoin season 3 or 2 coin. I haven't really paid much attention to OMG. I'm going to be honest with you. But I'm very shocked at Algo and Dash. This is what I keep asking you guys. How do you stay true to your... Now I'm talking to my XRP army people out there. How the hell do you continually move forward saying that Ripple is going to win their case against the SEC? Every week, every month, there's more and more evidence of that scenario being a Hail Mary full of grace. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now, ladies and gents. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So all of the coins that they have now listed as unregistered securities includes OMG, Dash, Algorand, Token Card, Naga, and High House Token. And so this recognition of these coins being unregistered securities fall into the case against Bittrex. So this is part of the whole Bittrex situation, and we're now getting insight into what they consider unregistered securities over there. So not a good look. Not a good look. Now XRP told you guys to sell into those rallies. Has lost 7% from the local high. Okay, and they're saying here's what can save it. Nothing. Nothing can save it. You better be selling into these rallies. Fade the rally. It's all irrational exuberance. This thing is going to get crushed when the verdict comes out that they lost. Ripple, that is. And the thing is, there's even more evidence on Ripple's side about how they look at and view the XRP token. And I'm going to give you an example here in a second, but I just want to say this. Ripple losing is not the end of XRP, the token, at all. It will continue to flourish, albeit at a reduced price base. You're talking about 60-70% reduction in price after a verdict. You're going to see a capitulation move for sure, but I think over time it'll bleed out and lose value as we enter the next leg down in the bear market for cryptos. So all in all, you could see literally another 90%, 80% loss in value from here after the SEC verdict comes out. But if you even take a look at what Ripple actions are, it will give you some clarity or insight into how they actually truly feel about their XRP token. So Ripple's new liquidity hub doesn't even include XRP. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Seriously. Okay, Neil Hartner highlighted in this article why XRP suits ODL but not Ripple's new liquidity pool. Ripple's decision not to use XRP in the new product has sparked debates within the community. Ripple has shown awareness of regulatory requirements as it decided not to use its native cryptocurrency in the new liquidity hub. Now, I mean, if the writing ain't on the wall, you are the wall and they're writing on you. It's over. You gotta change your perception here. You got a little cognitive dissonance going on, and you won't shake out of it. Wake up! Wake up, XRP Army! Wake up! So again, in my opinion, this is yet another piece of evidence to show you they're not confident either in Ripple winning the XRP versus SEC case. If they were, I think they would have gone ahead and put this in their liquidity pool. I'm just saying. This is not a surprise to me. Definitely shouldn't be a surprise to those who've been watching CBTV and understanding my logic behind this for quite some time. Some years now, I've been telling you they're not going to win. They're not going to win. and I'll eat my own Satoshis if they do. This one, remember this tweet put out yesterday, matter of fact, 134 votes at this point, 135 now. Are you willing to break the law to use Bitcoin? 62% of you said yes, 17% of you said no, and 20% of you said Gaddafi. I'm assuming you guys understood what I meant by that, meaning you would be willing to die to use Bitcoin. Well, this guy, ChipMixer, I don't know if you guys knew about ChipMixer. I know about it. Well, the creator was accused of laundering, has been accused of laundering $3 billion in Bitcoin and still wanted by the FBI. Now, here's the situation with this. This is why I pose these types of questions for you guys, because you have a guy very similar to, if you want to call it Tornado Cash, okay, where you have programmers create a piece of code and then they are pretty much on the hook for any and every transaction that runs through that piece of code. It simply doesn't make sense. It's very unfair to do that, but they are. And so there will be laws, there will be rules put in place in the United States that will not be fair, but they will be law. And will you be willing to break the law to use Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies? We will get to that point. We will get to that point. So here's an example. A guy is on the hook for $3 billion of money laundering. That's pretty much being in jail forever. And all he did was code it. He didn't actually physically launder $3 billion, but that's not how the FBI and the SEC and all those guys, that's not how they play. They play by their own rules. They play by their own laws. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on what's going on with a lot of these crypto projects. In yesterday's episode, I did talk about Chappella, and we discussed, you know, how it all works as far as unstaking. See, people think that since the date hit, you could just go ahead and unstake everything right at once. No, there's a queue, and they only allow 1,800 unstaking or withdrawal requests a day in the rolling 24 hours. And so there's a lot of money still stuck, 1.4 billion to be exact. It's stuck in the withdrawal queue on Ethereum. So you have to keep that in mind, guys. There's still a lot of supply yet to hit the markets, and not all of this is going to sell. Absolutely not. But you have to think now, at least that money would be free. And from my research, and I put this up on yesterday's Off the Chain episode, we're about 18 days out for what we currently have, the 1.4 billion. That 1.4 billion that's stuck in the queue is going to take about 18 days to actually drain out. So again, lines up with my thesis about, hey, it's going to take some weeks for us to finally see exactly where the markets place Ethereum after this unstaking event. So there are 4 key dates in regards to Bitcoin you need to be aware of. Let me just run them down really quickly. May 26th, August 7th, October 19th, and December 30th of this year. You may ask, what do those dates mean? What do they have? What correlation do they have with anything? Well, I'm going to break that down really quickly. So CryptoQuant, a leading cryptocurrency analytics firm, has identified these dates as critical time frames in which the U.S. government might sell its Bitcoin holdings, including those seized from the Silk Road dark web case. Now, you guys might recall I covered this maybe about a week and a half ago. They sold, the U.S. government, let me just say this first. U.S. government is the largest holder of Bitcoins in the world. Go figure, right? Go figure. How the hell did that happen? I don't know, but it is what it is. Secondly, they just sold a tranche of those coins from Silk Road a month ago, and they're planning on selling more. So in a recent court filing, the U.S. government confirmed the sale of 9,800 Bitcoins on March 14th, which was a total of $215 million originating from the historic seizure of Silk Road. Now, there still is an approximate 41,500 Bitcoin tied up to the Silk Road case. And analysis suggests that the 73-day interval between the first batch sale and the next crucial date indicates a potential pattern the government's doing as far as their sell-off strategy. So we may, in the next selling of these Bitcoins, we may see if that pattern is true and is actually a pattern, or if it's just a coincidence. But those are the dates. Mark them on your calendar. We'll see with the next one, when they come out with the next batch of selling, we'll see if that is matching up to the 73-day interval. That's a lot of Bitcoin. A lot of Bitcoin to sell. You have to ask yourself, as I asked before, why, if they knew Bitcoin was going higher, what would make them want to sell now? To me, I look at actions instead of words to really find out the true intentions of someone. So I think that they think Bitcoin will head much lower before heading. I don't know if they think it's going to head higher, but at minimum, I think they think that it's going to head lower. Hence why they are selling and having such an aggressive selling schedule for 2023. So let me know in the comments below and in the chat room right now, what is your take on them selling? That's a lot of Bitcoin, 41,500 Bitcoin, and they're selling all of it. Why? Why are they selling it? Let me know. I think personally, they know that their upcoming actions against crypto, against Bitcoin, is going to hamper the price significantly in the short run, not long term. I don't think long term you can really stop this train. It is on the move. But short term, in the short run, I think the actions that are coming from the Biden administration are definitely going to take a toll on Bitcoin and subsequently the altcoins as well. So hey, let me know your 2 Satoshis. That's mine. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Click that bell to receive more videos like this. I'm out of here. Holla.
This my 2 Satoshis. This my 2 Satoshis. Who need 2 cents when they can get double from stacking Toshis? Yeah, this my 2 Satoshis. This my 2 Satoshis. Tune in and get the latest and greatest from stacking Toshis. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you need to get the real news at. Stop messing with them lames out there. CBTV. Let me out of here.
Ha! Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks! We'll do it live.
Okay.